What's up? What's up? It's your boy GSPN Swac'n the Fool, bro. I just want to do a new little session. We want to talk about the game of the week. The game of the week this week, in my opinion, is going to be Jackson State, Grambling State. I'm calling it like the NFL Coaches Bowl, where you have Hugh Jackson, Grambling State, who is a former NFL coach, and you have Deion Sanders with Jackson State, who's a former NFL player, long team. So there's a lot of NFL tools in this game. So I want to get started, bro. Grambling is coming off a huge win. Okay, they took on Northwestern State last week. They beat them 47-21. Now, I didn't think Grambling would be able to do that last week, and so they're looking to prove me wrong again. And Grambling is their fans are on a high. They're doing real good. They end up Maurice Washington had a big game at running back for Grambling. Lyndon Rash had a big game at receiver. They had a really good game. Now Northwestern isn't world beaters, but they did what they had to do, and they beat that team in Shreveport. So that was a great win for the SWAC. You know, I love when the SWAC beat Southland team. So it was just a great win for Grambling, and it has their fans ready to go. They ready to go to Jackson right now. They ready to go to Jackson right now. And Jackson State coming off a big time win over Tennessee State, an OVC program. So I love I love we beat teams outside of the SWAC. So they took care of business 16-3 against Tennessee State. Their defense once again locked down. They've given up only 6 points in 2 weeks. I feel like Jack State left some points on the field in their game. They got in the red zone 3 times and couldn't get things done. They kicked some field goals. They should have had 7. Had some drop passes that would have even had some turnovers. So I feel like the game could have got out of hand. But I think this week is going to be a huge game, and it's gonna be a fun game, you know, because the Jackson State Grambling State rivalry is big. It's a nice game. Um, Grambling hadn't lost in Jackson since 1999, and of course Grambling fans are rubbing it in. They haven't lost since 1999, but you got to take into account, okay? You got to take into account that in 2013 Grambling didn't show up for Jackson State's homecoming. So technically that's an L. Technically that's an L. I think they would have lost if they did show up. But also, you got to look at it from Grambling's point of perspective, too. Only one loss since 99 in Jackson. That still says a lot. So I think it's going to be a real good game. I think I'm going to start off with the keys for victory for Grambling. I think the keys for victory for Grambling are going to be establishing the run. They got a stable of running back. Maurice Washington, Chance Williams. They call him Lamborghini, the freshman running back from Scotlandville and Baton Rouge. C.J. Russell, Dedrick Talbert. That's another running back they got. They are loaded in the backfield. I think in order to win this game or even keep it close, I think they're going to have to run the ball. They have to establish the run. They have to keep Shadura on the sideline. Number 2, Sunyata Anderson. That's a big DN, 6'5" DN that they have. I think he has to have a monster game. I think he has to get some pressure on Shadura. Make sure Shadura has happy feet. You know what I'm saying? Get to Shadura, hit Shadura, and man, don't just let him sit there and pick you apart. Number 3, they're going to need some splash plays. Last week, they had some splash plays from Lyndon Rash, their receiver. Number 10, that's their big play man. He had like an 83-yard touchdown. So they're going to need some big plays like this week. And they're going to need some turnovers. I don't think they match up well with Jackson State. So they're going to have to run the ball, get some turnovers, and some splash plays to keep this game close. As far as Jackson State, I think, number 1, Jackson State had to score touchdowns and not field goals. Last week, they got into the red zone. Like I said, they turned the ball over, had some drop passes, and they kicked field goals. They're going to need 7 points this week. When you get into the red zone, get 7 points, because I think Grambling's strategy will be to control the clock, run the ball, and try to keep Shadua off the field. So when Shadua is on the field, he needs to be scoring touchdowns. Period. He needs to be scoring touchdowns. And I think he can. Number 2 for Jackson State, stopping the run. Jackson State has to stop their run. They have to make them one-dimensional. Make Hawkins, their Grambling State's quarterback, beat you. If they can get that run going on Jackson State defense, Grambling might have some success. They also have to control Lyndon Rash. I'm going to bring him up again. You have to control Lyndon Rash. And number 3, just stay balanced on offense. If Jackson State can run the ball and also pass the ball well, I think it's going to be bad for Grambling. I think that's bad for the SWAC period if Jackson State can run the ball and pass the ball. I think that with Dallas Daniels, Malachi Wyman, and all the receiving weapons that they have, I think, you know, they're going to be a tough team to beat anyway. But if they can be balanced, that makes them even more tougher. With Wilkerson in their backfield, if they can run the ball and pass the ball, that makes them scary. So that's some keys to the game for me. I think it'll be a great game. I'm predicting my prediction. GSP is my prediction. I got Jackson State 31-10. This is my prediction, but it's gonna be a real fun game. It's gonna be interesting to see how Hugh Jackson game plans. Coming off the win last week, we're gonna be interested to see how he game plans and how he comes at Jackson State. It's gonna be his first big game. I think it's his first huge game in the SWAC, and I want to see how he responds to it. Some players to look out for Jackson State. I got Niles Gaddy and Aubrey Miller. Niles Gaddy had a monster game. He had 4 sacks last week. So I think he had a monster game last week. And so it's going to be interesting to see if he can do that again. And for Grambling, Maurice Washington. I think they're going to live and die Maurice Washington and Tyler Thomas on the offensive line. I think if those two can have a good game, Grambling can have a shot. I picked against Grambling last week, and they proved me wrong. They might just do it again. Grambling, do it again. Do it again, and I might not pick against you again. If Grambling can pull this out, I think it'd be monumental for the Grambling State program. I think it'd be big for Hugh Jackson. I think give him some momentum going into the Deep West battle. I think it may put him at the top of the West in a lot of people's eyes. For Jackson State, I just think they need to do business as business. I think until someone beats Jackson State, they're the top dog. So they need to do business as business. And but I think the vet gonna be rocking. I think you're gonna get probably about 40,000-50,000 people down there. So the vet gonna be live. The vet gonna be rocking because, like I said, Grambling fans are they're hyped about this. After Grambling wins a big game, you know how Grambling fans do. They don't always travel and support, but after they win a big game, they're gonna show up. So I think they coming. I do think they coming to Jackson, and I think Jackson gonna have 35,000-40,000 fans themselves. So I think the vet gonna be rocking. Gonna be a great game. It's gonna be fun to see. But again, I got Jackson State winning 31-10, and that's it. I just want to stop here for a minute, talk about the big game. Hugh versus Deion. Let's go. Swac'n the fool. We out.